Hello. In this question, we compare two value, comparing two numbers. Let's read the question. Indiana has 64,700 teachers, and Ohio has 122,700 teachers. So the question asks you, compare Ohio to Indiana using absolute and relative changes. And next question, Indiana to Ohio. You find the absolute changes and relative changes. Notice that absolute changes, how much changes between these two numbers. Relative changes is percentage changes. Okay, so for each questions, absolute changes has to be the same for each of those. So let's find the absolute changes. So absolute change is going to be 122,700 minus 64,700 is 58,000. So 58,000 is absolute changes. So that means Ohio has 58,000 more teachers than Indiana. For the second part, similarly, absolute change is 58,000. In other words, Indiana has 58,000 fewer teachers than Ohio. That's the same answer. But notice that one is more than others, other one is less than others. Okay, so that's the first part. Now second part, you got to find the relative changes. So you have to be careful here. You're comparing Ohio to Indiana. So if you compare Ohio to Indiana, what you can say here is Ohio has how many teachers more? 58,000 more than what? More than Indiana, right? Indiana. So if you look at this rule here, if something A is more than B, the base is B, which that means the base value must follow the word then. So any value that is after the word then is going to be base value, which is same as initial value when you calculate relative changes. So initial value is the value that follow the word then. So here Indiana follow the word then, so Indiana value going to be the base value when you compare Ohio to Indiana. Again, even instructions say Indiana is the base because see Indiana value follow the word then. Ohio has 58,000 more than Indiana. So how we find it? You divide 58,000 because the formula 58,000 divided by, remember that this is what I'm going to do here, absolute change is divided by initial value, which is base, which is base is Indiana, 64,700 and times 100 times 100, which gives you 89.64. Remember the instructions say round to the nearest hundredth of the percent is 2 decimal, so you get 89.64. so we call Ohio has 89.64% more teachers than Indiana, correct? But if you do relative changes for Indiana to Ohio, in this case other way around, Ohio has base value here, so we can call in the second questions we can say Indiana has, right? Let's put Indiana has how many teachers? 58,000 less, right? Less teachers than Ohio. So remember that Ohio here is the word that follow the word then. So in this second question, to find the relative change, you put base value, which is initial value, is Ohio teachers population. So I'm going to do the same question, everything is the same except I'm changing the denominator. 122,700. Okay, so this gives you 47.27. let's go 47.27. In other words, Indiana has 47.27% fewer teachers than in Ohio. Okay, all right, that's all. Thank you for watching. I hope this helps you. So I think it's correct. Bye.